So let's continue our modeling. In this part we will add more details of our deer and prepare it for the next step. I wanted to lower the arms a little more, increase at the base and deepen them inside. Go back into object mode. Select the edge polygons and make a duplicate. Press Shift D and then P selection. Select these objects and go into edit mode. Select all of them and reduce the size of the object a little bit. Select the extrude tool and select extrude along normals. Then pull this manipulator and increase the thickness of the object. Now we can select the inner polygons and reduce them a little bit. After that, select this polygon, press Ctrl R, move that side closer to the hand. Create a sphere, reduce and stretch along the Z-axis. Reduce it a little bit more. Reset the positions by pressing all transforms. Let's add the mirror modifier. Then we go back into edit mode. We add fingers. We use shade smooth and we do the same with the legs. Then select the feet. Go into edit mode. Select the lower part. Press Shift D and then P selection. Select the resulting object. Go into edit mode. Select all with a key. Take the extrude along normals tool and pull the handle. Select the inner part of the polygons and press scale. Reduce it to the size we need. To avoid such artifacts in the shading, they appear after we close the triangles in one object. To avoid this, we add here another loop as close to the bottom. Next, select the bottom loop and reduce to about this size. Now everything is displayed correctly, just the way we need. Let's add a nose to the character. We'll create a cube. We'll reduce it. Go into edit mode, raise, and apply the subdivision surface modifier. We go into object mode, increase the cube a little bit, and add another 3 levels of subdivision. So we move the resulting sphere forward. Then we need to flatten the sphere by pressing S and Y and reduce it. Move back a little bit. Press scale on X-axis to adjust to the size. That's what we have. Add more subdivision levels. Let's switch to the object mode and add a shade smooth. Then we duplicate this object by pressing Shift D, go into Edit Mode, decrease zooming in the Z-axis. Then bring it forward. Reduce it in the Y-axis. Adjust to size. I want to flatten the lower part. I press Ctrl R, create a poly loop, and drop it a little bit lower. Then select the bottom polygon and reduce it even more. I adjust it to size. I can select these loops to expand them in size. Let's go into the object mode, turn on Alt-Z, we got a spot like this. We can still edit it and move it deeper. Here is how volumetric nose we have created. Let's add the eyes. In order to create the eyes, we go into the object mode. Select again the object of our muzzle. Press Shift D and duplicate. We go into Edit Mode, reduce to the size of the eyes. Like this, you can press Alt-Z for ease. We move it here. Rotate it to fit the shape of the head. Let's make it a little bit more protruding. By this, press Ctrl to reset the position to the center. Select the mirror modifier. Go into Edit Mode and move them a little bit closer together. Then we go into Object Mode. We duplicate this object again. Go into Edit Mode. Move it lower. Let's add to it rouge cheeks. Also align them by shape. And deepen. Let's adjust the shape. Slightly pull them horizontally. Select the inner polygon. In order to flatten them more, select the outside and also slightly flatten. So we have rouge cheeks. Also duplicate the eyes, Shift D, enter Edit Mode. Shift up these objects. Reduce them and move them along the axis C. we create the eyebrows. And, of course, we need to add the character's mouth. Let's switch to the object mode, select the face, and we need to reduce the amount of subdivision to the second level. And apply the modifier. Let's press apply. Let's go into edit mode, select the 4 central polygons and reduce them slightly. Press extrude and push in. Reset the selection. We go into the edit mode and take these polygons that we have selected and press Shift P selection. We go into the edit mode of these objects and squeeze out. Duplicate the object and move it forward. We decrease the z-axis and drop it down. We add the tongue. Stretch the corners of the lips to show the smile of the character. Now we are going to add a tail to the character. We press Shift and add a cube, reducing it, and put it on the back. Like this. Go into edit mode. Press extrude, squeeze and move. Move it to the side. Reduce it. Do it again, extrude, rotate. Again extrude and rotate a little bit, reduce. Let's add some more edge extrude and decrease this part. Let's rotate the view so that we can edit the tail in the axis that we want. For example, let's make it a little bit bent. That's how it fits. Now let's add a subdivision surface modifier and add the amount of subdivision. We can add another loop here. Let's feed it to the image, add a tail to it. Also, we add a cube. We put it in place of this bundle and do what we are already used to. Now we add a scarf. We create a cylinder and decrease the number of vertices. 12 will be enough. Lift it to the neck level. Switch to edit mode and make extrude. Select all with button G and then extrude on axis C. Now remove half of the scarf to mirror it. Don't forget to change the clipping box. Now we can edit it by shape, then extrude. Slightly raise this edge. We add the modifier subdivision surface. Increase on the z-axis. If you've reached the end of this tutorial, write about it in the comments right now, because you've done a great job and should be proud of it. Then we rest for a few minutes and move on to the last lesson, in which we set up the scene and render.